Okay, we've got this one from Chaymal. Looks like 2 games were uploaded, but we'll just take a look at the one for now. And the comment has been defense and structure. They say they haven't played the game for a while, but appreciate the content. I do appreciate the compliment from you. And with focus on defense. So here, that's a player switching thing. So if you recognize, get over to Walker. His AI is not really doing anything. It looks like you're doing R1 on him to do the second man press. And he strangely doesn't actually move. But if you switch to him in time, you can just make that tackle. I kind of like the goalie fake out, so that's fun. Yeah, it's tough. Turn back into pressure. I just go. You've got a couple passing lanes. Even if you walk back this way and pass it down that way, or back here. But this way you just turn back into them. It's a little too aggressive with Makalele, I think. You go really heavily on this passing lane, but you give them the full width. Maybe you're not worried about that with the center back, but on a 2-on-2, I would be. 3-on-2 at that point. I just keep Makalele in more of his default shape. That's fine. I like all that. That's good. I would have gone up the other way. This is that kind of like, where are the gaps on the field, where there's, like, technically all of this space is yours, but all of this space is also yours, and this is the bigger gap, so I'd move on to him. Maybe Makalele can do that pass, maybe we can get on to John Arno Risa. Yeah, much easier to go through the other side of the field here. Oh no, we got setters. Oh, quick step. I mean, hey, that works. I would not have thought to do that, but he's speedy. I would have criticized this more, because, like, you don't really have many options from here. Can't afford to play that pass. You can't go back because that got covered by the one defender. Can't go back up here, so it leaves you with only this. But if you're confident in his ability to do that, then that's all fine. This one is very much a team I would not use. Neymar, yes. Diaby a couple years ago, but not anymore. He had a team of the season in 23 I really liked, but Usman and Adama, no. That's all fine. You get back with him here. I don't mind any of that at all. Defensive structure is perfect there. That's good defending, no notes. Unfortunate on the lag here. That works. I don't think I have anything to say. Nah, that's all fine. It's just the first touch. I don't know if he has first touch or not. Maybe you can try taking that without sprinting, but yeah, that's fine too. That's smart. I'm being safe there, and that's okay. It's very high risk, high reward. I mean, if you want to be aggressive there, I'm not really going to criticize. It's just, you do leave yourself with nothing, but every once in a while that'll work out for you. I probably, wow, Saliba. I probably would have just held on to possession and gone, you know what, go this way, maybe try to make a pass from there, but I know most players wouldn't. You do kind of have something back here. Try that maybe. Do a little dribble down to Neymar. Maybe have Diaby crash the box and go from there. This, I cannot believe that got through a goalkeeper and a defender. From Saliba. It was green time though. So yeah. Ooh. The second tackle should work there. I think that's Militao. Yeah. So it's rough on the second one, but this is just staying goal side. You've got no reason to overrun. In a situation like this, on this 1v1, if he gets past you, it's pretty GG's, you know? So I'd say a little safer. You know, if Militao's a little closer, then you want to be aggressive, that's fine, because Chiesa gets around you into Militao, but this is too much space. He'll get around before Militao can get over. So I'd say maybe a little bit further away, probably like here. Just give yourself an extra yard, half a yard or so. And no need to overrun, so just stay goal side. And keep him up back here. It's like, oh, it looks like Chiesa might be taking a slow touch. That's a little, do an L2 jockey. Keep back here. Because that's what gives the space. And especially since you're moving further away from Militao. The other thing you can do, I wouldn't do this here myself, but you can face up back this way. And what that does is you're just corralling Chiesa the whole way and trying to get him into the corner, which is at least a little safer. I will still do like this, just stay kind of neutral. Let him perform his action, you just react to it and defend it from there, and you should be fine, but you can try to corral if you want to, too. I would just say safer, say goal side. That one sucks, though. I think that's the down, like, VVD would never. I think that's just a downside to coins or team selection this year. Players in the past, when I've used... In December, I used like 81 Kostas Manolas back in FIFA 17 and been fine, but this year now. Oh, the red time. This is all good. Like, that's a really good give and go. There's a little goalie movement. You can go near, even if it's red time, the near post will work. Just if you can pick your eyes up and guess about the goalie movement or see it. It's tough with the connection. Yeah, no criticism because of the lag. That's fine though. You could have defended, like if it didn't lag, you could have defended with the left back, but it's not dangerous enough to where I'm like, you had to, and then it's all fine from there, so. No real worries. That's left side. Yeah, that's okay. The only thing is you could have switched to Makalele. That's probably what I would have done. Instead of defending this far with Diaby, swap to him, and then you can cover this passing lane a little bit. It might give this pass inside, from which I'd just say react and try to make a tackle from there, but I'd move my Makalele to just like 3 yards back here, so. But everything else here from there is fine. I said this in Wally's video, but player switching is something a lot of people seem to think I'm really good at, and I guess that's a skill to work on for some others. It's just, again, I never really thought of it as a big asset in my toolkit, but that's all good. I don't know what that even was. I really like the fake shot stop here. That's perfect. But you've got to have a better reaction time if you're going to go for that too. Go back that way. Because anything up here is going to be defended, so you've got any of this. I mean, if you want to go down this way, you can. And I'd probably go like that way. That's all fine. That's okay too. Oh, not to him. I think you're trying to go to Risa here, because he's offside anyway, but I'd just go back to Makalele. You'd actually have a 3-on-2 there, in a way, if you involve one more player, but if you go back here, you're kind of stuck in the 2-on-2, which can be okay, but I'd take the more guaranteed pass of going back there. Yeah, you've just got space here with Neymar. I think you're expecting to get rushed at, and you don't. But think about where the space is. Space is... Maybe you try this. Maybe you just, like, perform it wrong on the controller, but yeah, your space is up here with Diaby. So, you've got time here to take a little touch and settle, allow that run to be made even more. You can just try to make it immediately. Maybe that was what you were trying. You wouldn't need an over the top if you were going to Diaby. Aww. I think if you're controlling Risa, you might get this. I wouldn't control the center back there. I'm always more aggressive with my fullbacks than with my center backs. If I mess something up with him, then all of a sudden I'm like way out of structure, right? But if I mess something up with him, well, now my structure's like this, which is nowhere near as dangerous as like that. I would control Risa here, and you'd honestly be able to rush down and tackle, but that's the player switching thing. So maybe just work on being able to change players quicker. It's all fine from there, though. Good. You recognize that was too isolated? Didn't have anything else? That's all good. I like that. That's clever. Nah, Adama can't play that. Neymar's not fast enough and he doesn't have the right passing. Maybe you're trying to get this to Usman, who's a little quicker, but I wouldn't trust Adama with that pass. I'd go back to Makalele or Marquisio here. Just build up your attack from there. You're very consistently just using your 4 players on offense. Your fullbacks don't really get involved, and your CDMs are pretty deep. If you want... Something that's really hard is when you just attack with 4 players. Last year I attacked with 7, because I had the fullbacks, I had the center mids, and then I had left wing, center forward, right wing, fullback. I had a full 7 here. But when you're just 4, it's a little trickier. So to attack with these better, I would involve more players, build up a little bit more with the CDMs, because if you have the ball back here, that at least buys time for some of your other players to make runs. And anything that encourages the opponent to pull out of the shape here means you'll have a bigger gap to work back in this way. So this, once you start getting forward here, you really isolate yourself, and then it's a 4-on-6. You see that? Opponent's got 6 here. We're just in a box 4 here. So that's where like this aggression comes from, and I understand because you're like, well, I don't really have anything but sprinting through here. It's an okay idea, but yeah, that is normally going to be offside. Dom on the weak foot. I'm surprised he can play that. And Neymar still got it. Fake shot, no, off the... Yeah, this just has to be settled. Fake shot's not going to work. You just have to trust that normal left stick is going to do it for you. Skill move's going to be in now, but... I'm surprised that almost works out for you. I would maybe do, like, give and go here with Diaby. Maybe Diaby can play that, but also if you just send Adama on a run, you can try that later. Any run that this makes might drop the opponent back, and then you might have more space with Diaby to move in here too. This is at least more of a 4-on-4, so there's a bit of an advantage to that. I wouldn't have thought of that either, and yeah, not quite, but that's okay. And you want to be risky here, but that's okay too. Like sometimes this will work. Personally, I would have gone back to Diaby here to make that pass instead, but sprint touches I never get to take because my attackers right now have 88 and 85 pace and no quick step or rapid. There's the player switching thing. You switch to the right guy, you move down first. Just switch and move up. I don't know if you've got like auto switching, move assistance or something that can make this take a little longer, but yeah, switch to him and just guard. Just guard the space. It moves down a little bit and that what gives them the space. Oh, but anticipate even pops over his head, man. That sucks. I would show Salah onto his weak foot here anyway. Switch to Militao. And kind of like what we were talking about before, instead of getting back on this side, which can show him inside and make him go, you know what, maybe left foot. That's where he can play passes or do his finesse. Instead of doing that, I would stay down like this and just keep forcing him on his right foot. Don't allow him to cut back. Just eventually you might corral him all the way down to the corner. But this is too much space. If you do this, if you're just a fraction further back, then he can't go through this space. Now you might be scared of him like just sprinting, but if you have the right timing, you'll have the momentum to keep going and cover that too, where you block basically him going back the whole time and also can get to him by the time he uses his weak foot. But, oops. As you go a little bit further past, yeah, that opens up space here. No criticism on that. That should have been your ball, but that's all good. I would go to Neymar here anyway. I mean, maybe this works if you just aim it slightly better. You're probably trying to go up here instead of this way. That gets covered by Llorente, this one doesn't. I go back to Neymar. Neymar's got space to do a bunch of things through here in the middle. Maybe Adama gets back on side, he can play a ball here. Maybe Usman makes a good run, you can do that. Or just do a dribble with him, but again, if you want to be a risk taker, that's one thing. I am not, so that is what I would do, but obviously the risks pay off sometimes. I normally value holding onto the ball longer, but you will also gain some shooting opportunities I will just never have. That's offside, that's fine. Oh, it's on his weak foot. He still plays it. Ah, you go back though. Yeah, touch goes into the defender. Just keep on going in the direction you're going. Take it away from him. It's yours. No. It looks like it's on, but by the time this touch is a little heavy, it's not, because it buys Mendy enough time to get back. I'd go to Neymar. A lot of your benefit, I think, would come from building up your attacks from a little bit deeper, because if you think about it, when you get the ball here, all of your forwards are ahead of you. Same idea with the CDMs and everybody's ahead of you still, but when you do this, then like nothing's ahead of you. You've got space, but nobody to play it to. You might have that. You could try sprinting down this way and maybe you'll have a pass to Diaby or Adama from there. So you could try that, but personally I'd go back here and then you can build up who knows how many options. Maybe do Adama, maybe do Diaby, maybe do Usman, maybe you just dribble yourself. You can try Trivela long shot if you're of that persuasion. You kind of isolate yourself from your options on offense a lot using the sprint techniques. That's all fine. Especially because if you're less aggressive occasionally, it makes the aggression a little bit stronger. Like the opponent gets used to defending and you're aggressive sprinting every time. That's all fine though. Same thing, I'd go to Neymar here. I understand the aggression, but Neymar can build up. He might even have like back to Makalite because you've got acres of space over here. Okay. You do it back into where the space isn't. Your space is here. You can do the McGee to cancel, but instead of canceling out this way, if you do cancel that way, you've actually got a shooting opportunity there. Interesting. Okay, that works though. Good. Good. Let's see if this gains you anything. You probably meant for that to go to Diaby. Yeah, this is the idea. Keep your players ahead of you. You go back, everybody else is in front, and you actually get a stronger build-up from there. If you always isolate yourself by going all the way forward, then you're just kind of with 4 players, but here you got basically your whole team you could build up with, and then it has encouraged their shape. I know there's an offside trap, so it makes it a little strange, but still going back is the best way to deal with offside. And then you've got things you can do from there. Oops. I mean, that's fine. Ooh. You're probably trying to use Adama as a fake and then go down. You're just not strong enough. Yeah, I mean, I would just take the space here. You've got a big gap, just use it. Maybe by the time you take a couple steps further forward, one of the runs has progressed. Left stick buff makes the game so much more enjoyable. I still barely use normal left stick. I'm mostly L2, R2. I think I should do a better job of getting normal left stick into my game more, though. It is usable. It does make things more enjoyable. I hope they continue doing small little buff patches like that. Big problem we had in past years is like they would nerf stuff. They would nerf like the really obvious mechanics that were too powerful. They would nerf it, not realizing that there's a reason everybody used it, and yes, it's the most powerful, but it's also the only powerful thing. They'd nerf something and they'd leave us with nothing. It's like, no, you don't need to nerf long shots or anything. Like, where you start isn't nerfing long shots, it's buffing everything else, and then seeing if the community still relies so heavily on long shots or not. Yeah. I don't mind most of this. That's all good. That's fine, although I'd probably go back here. Yeah, your space is behind you. Same concept, build up with your CDMs and keep your attackers in front. Oh, that works. Probably a little give and go. That's what I expected. That's what I would have done. Probably a skill move to get through there. You can do an L1 heal to heal, Trickster fake shot. I think he's got Trickster. You can do that little step over I talked about in the other video. You can like step over into there. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Small little sprint boost. I don't like the pace of how quick center backs are. I think that stems from me not liking explosive controlled lengthy at all. I'd rather just have the old system again. It's like center backs aren't that much faster in real life. They don't catch up in every single situation. Just let my 90 pace Messi get away from 90 pace VVD. It's fine. But yeah, the offside trap thing sucks too. It's all fine. Same kind of comment. I mean, if you want to be aggressive there, it's your prerogative, but Diaby's actually in a brilliant spot here. If you have any ability to maybe keep going this way and then play that pass there. From here, It's VBD. Just don't go into VBD. Honestly, give and go. Play it up to Neymar, send him on a run, try to get through there. It's probably your most effective thing. That's fine, though. I don't have much to comment on you defensively. Yeah, that's all fine. I don't think I've got any real... You can defend that slightly aggressively, defending the wing with a Walker, but you just trust his track back pace anyway. It's fine. You don't quite have the team to do tiki-taka. So I think that just lets you down. This pass from Diaby and his weak foot is slightly off, and it messes this one up here. Same comment. I mean, I think you're really struggling because you're in this 4-on-6 shape a lot. Make it a 5-on-6, make it a 6-on-6. At least get it back to Marquisio. He can do something from there. He'll have a much, especially if you move him a little bit further forward. Just walk with him here. He's got this much space. You can take it. Move him up here. Then this pass is a lot more effective. Maybe he can play one through there to Adama or something. All of a sudden, you've got whole new passing lanes that aren't available to you as you were doing it now. That's fine. Is there anything else? That's unlucky. It's tough after the unlucky incident, but yeah, that pass is on. You had Makalele and you switched off of him. What did you switch to? You switched to Neymar now. Stay on Makalele, don't do the switch, just guard him here. If you think about it, like, if you guard here, you're actually guarding 3 players at once. I'd do that, yeah. That's all fine, though. You don't have to defend anything else there. They didn't have any options at the moment, so just keep everything neutral when they play it into you. A give and go, I'm expecting. Tough. Same comment. Marquisio here, actually. Your space is probably up there. Do you have Makalele? But I've got Marquisio. Not much you can do there with the Dama, I think. Oh, tough. Okay. Yeah, it's just pulling yourself out of shape too much. If you make this, you have to realize danger and just aggression immediately. These are really effective this year. If you just stand tackle, like, get at him and stand. Not facing down this way, just cut off everything. Then this passes a little bit more through you as opposed to giving that gap there. Just be aggressive. Now, I wouldn't get out of shape here in the first place anyway. It's a little dangerous because Reese is up. So you're out of shape here by default of that. I think it makes Militao be a little bit wider to cover the gap here as opposed to being central here. But, yeah, I would... You either just drop one of these 2 center backs to guard the pass. You can try to be aggressive with Makalele and guard it too, but I'd probably just drop somebody. As it is, they don't play it immediately, so you get time to be aggressive, and then I'd just sprint tackle with the aggression. Same thing, and it's unfortunate because most people don't cross here, so that's actually a clever idea from the opponent, and it goes to the wrong player, I think. But same comment here, I'd be aggressive. This year's really effective if you're just in the face of the opponent. The dribbling gets a lot worse if you're up, like right there. So instead of this slight hesitation, I would just go right at and get body to body. I like that. That's smart from Walker. Retain possession there. That works. All right. I would not have even seen that. Yeah, not that one. The way your team's set up, you leave yourself with so few options getting forward. Either just the wing back's too far back, the CDM's too far back. So you leave yourself with these, like, all I really have is trying to do through balls situations. And Neymar, maybe if this is like incisive plus players, but not with him there. Last minute, yeah, you got to be aggressive. So for you, the defensive, I think just slightly recognition based. You really want to defense and try. Oh, this is. It's extra time. Let me go through. I'm not going to comment on everything, but we'll just see if there's anything that really strikes my fancy. And that's all fine. See, like, I criticize your through balls a lot, but then they will work sometimes, and I'll be like, oh, I wouldn't even think to do that. So it's one of those, like, trade-offs. I think you'd be stronger if you added some other things into your game, but... And don't take my, like, I don't really know about that through ball. It's like, you can't do it, right? It's okay. But yeah, you commented on the defense slash structure, like, that was what you really wanted me to go on, and... Like, okay, offside. I see it slightly in certain situations, but you defend really well this whole game. The tough thing this year is, like, if you're poor on your defense every once in a while, all it takes is, like, 3 times that you're poor, and the opponent scores 3 times. So it's got to be just, like, getting that perfection of every single moment. Your team's really well set up defensively. Normally they're in the right positions. You're not committing too many bodies forward, and that gives you the advantage of defending a little bit easier. You're not really getting countered or anything here. Yeah, I would go with... Yeah, there, okay. Like, most of the time this match, you defend this fine. So normally, like, I've got my slight little criticisms, but it works out for you, or, you know, you could have done slightly better, but you still do it correctly. This just has, I mean, most players probably don't do a ball roll here, but you give them space for the ball roll. So if you think about it this way, I would come at this with Saliba from this kind of angle. What that does is it forces Chiesa to take a small touch around you, to go like this way, which is a touch into your fullback. So anything you do to make them slightly have to go there, yes, it opens up this gap, but that gap ends up being covered because the move has gone slightly up, and that's defended by the fullback. So I'd be aggressive with Saliba here, because what that does is it completely cuts off the ability, like the ball roll's covered, it goes into you, they don't have this pass option here, they are only left with a sprint that should be covered with somebody else. So that's just unfortunate. With Makalele, I've got no criticism. You could switch to Llorente here too, do a player switch, and then because the AI is not doing it, maybe you do R1, maybe he gets it, but I would you could player switch to him. Select him and then run down. He should have space to cut down that angle. Or you just be aggressive with Saliba. I think that the defenders are so effective this year for you. It's just like, get more aggression in your game. Because they make just... Like, my 2 center backs are anticipate basic. Not even anticipate plus, and they make almost every tackle. Yeah, a little tricky. But it works out for you. What div? I don't know. I forgot to ask that on the forum. That's just a player switch to him. Is that Militao? No. This is a player switch to Saliba quicker here. Guard that space faster. If you switch here and then just move him up, you're fine. But then Militao actually on the R1 comes over and defends with you, so it's fine. No. Again, I understand the aggression at the end of the game, but I don't think you've got the passing stats to be able to make that pass. Tough. Okay, what's on this one? Moving Marquisio a little bit too far up. So I'd maintain this shape here as opposed to turning into like that shape because that's a much bigger gap up here. If Marquisio's back here, then you defend that pass pretty easily. And I guess the R1 undoes you here. So you can do the same thing if you come up with this angle, you force Puteas into Lorente and that gets defended by the other player. Or you just drop him off. Take Saliba here and say, you know what, you've got nothing else dangerous. Am I scared about this pass? No. Am I scared about anything here? Probably not. So just move him back, stay goal side. Any dribble from there just moves into you. But you end up losing all the momentum. And she has momentum here on the sprint, like the acceleration, so that's why she's just outpacing. If you can gain momentum, there's a little touchdown there, and then you've got speed, you catch up. Or back here and just kind of jockeying, you're fine. Wow. Okay. Very, very lucky. And down. Oh no. It's lucky twice, man. Oh, is this game gonna go for you? You had the pass to Adama first. Not again, game. Not again. No way, surely. Not on another bounce. I want you to win because you're my viewer, but not like this, man. And we're going to pens. Well, hopefully this was helpful. Well, we'll see the result of the PK shootout, but I'm not going to criticize you for it. Shame. Oh well. Yeah, hopefully this was helpful for all of you. If you did enjoy it, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video here shortly, but yeah, I do enjoy doing this. Maybe we'll open this up in the future. This might be the last one we do for now. But I do hope all of you get back at me in the comments and see, you know, if you can utilize any of this, if you do think it was helpful, or if I'm just kind of blowing smoke up you. But yeah, this was fun. This was fun. This was fun for me. I'll see you all in the next one here.